It's week 4 of the National Football League, and this one features Trevor Lawrence. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Jags and the Colts, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in week 4. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
Red on red.
Going to the air right away, Lawrence. They'll drop that underneath to ETN. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And they'll use him out of the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. You look at this Colt defense. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. So now the Colts will get their first opportunity with a football. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage. Our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Richardson out of the shotgun. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down. Richardson working from the gun. That pass complete to Moore. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. 2nd down in the yard. Now a handoff up the middle. McLeod. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. Trayvon Walker makes the tackle. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Joshua Hines-Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Here's Ethan Evans now. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
You look at this Colt defense.
They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
This is an area of the game that they definitely have to improve because right now, against the pass, top 10 in the league. But against the run, that's where the struggles have come in. You've got to find a way to make sure they stop runners before they get started.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. They've got his man complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. Another catch for him there, and the number is starting to stack up a bit. He's closing in already on a 100-yard game. We're still in the first half. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jags lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
2nd drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts.
They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Moore, the motion man right. Here's Richardson to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Now Richardson back to throw it.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. Ethan Evans on now to punt. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Oh, fighting off the defender. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At their own 15. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Eluding the pressure right.
That would complete downfield to Thomas.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
The production sensational here early on. That last catch going to put him up over 100 yards receiving already in this first half of play.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hey, easy, route.
ETN up the middle.
And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter.
The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Ready, break. 30 left. Here we go, sir.
They'll try the left side with ETN.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Take right open.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Jaguars first. He's going to have it by plenty, able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. The Jaguars hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Take right open.
In motion, the tight end.
30 left.
Lawrence.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Gun.
Lawrence going to throw again.
Touchdown! A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Jaguars have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Colts set to take over here offensively. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 38-yard line.
Richardson. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
Hey, kill.
Here's Lawrence.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
A gain of 26 yards. First down, Jacksonville.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46.
Hey, kill. 13, Luke. Go. 11, Agate.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Go, let's go.
Now Lawrence.
Throws right side, and that's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Hey.
Lawrence will throw.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Brenton Strange
from 21 yards away.
And the Jaguars are able to add on to their first half lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And it is 28-0. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Indy set to go on offense once more. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting 1st downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Richardson looking to throw this.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Richardson looking to throw.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, Richardson.
He finds his man, complete. That's McLeod. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. The kick by Bass is good.
And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he returns this to the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
11. Sink right. Go. 30 left. Here we go.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence.
Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff ready to go.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Now it's Richardson. He'll drop this down to Taylor.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
From the 33, here's second down at 7. Now Richardson.
And he's got the hook up to Moore.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Let's go now.
Back to throw. Richardson. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he can get a good head of steam going.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Second and a couple. Richardson off the play fake. He's got the connection to Moore.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Back to throw now on first down.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. Josh Hines-Allen able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Richardson working from the gun. He'll get this one complete there to Pittman. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 3, second down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 2nd and 7, Richardson. Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The kick by Bass is good. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Jaguars offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Now Lawrence to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. He continues to be a thorn in the side of this defense. That last catch going to put him over 200 yards receiving now for the ball game. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Now Lawrence.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Jaguars are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this.
Back now in Indianapolis, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. The toss here completed to Pittman.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down.
Here's Richardson to throw.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Looking to throw. Richardson.
That's going to be taken in by Downs.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
That's good for another goal.
Richardson out of the shotgun.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Taylor diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt.
And he bangs it home. It makes it now 35-13 our score. That time a 6-play drive. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 53 yards.
And the Jaguars are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Back to throw. Richardson.
Throw right side, taken in by Swan.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Off play action, Richardson. This pass left side to Downs.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Back to the air with Richardson.
Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Ready? Go!
Richardson. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Okay, break. Let's go. Ready.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they move this all the way down to the 9.
22 yards. Complete to number 1, Josh Downs.
Richardson looking to throw this.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Colts. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Colts get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
To the sideline and incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's got some space here. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
On gain of 31 yards. First down, Jaguars.
Okay, ready?
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence changing the play.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
And with that last reception, he has moved past the 300 mark for receiving yards in a single game. Just an unbelievable achievement. With the all-time record, by the way, of 336 receiving yards now in sight.
And he's got it.
And the Jags are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
They'll look to run with Hall.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Jaguars have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Richardson looking to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Antonio Johnson.
And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
That one down the field for Strange.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Right, let's go. Take right open. Go, let's go.
Now Lawrence.
The 20. 5. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal.
Go!
They'll try to run with Hall, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence.
Here we go, Shaq.
Now it's Richardson.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Colts send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win,